All right, y'all, let's do this. Let me get situated here so I can get these questions. Here. Turn the volume down. All right, where we at? I can't even get the Hey y'all. Ooh, Lord, now this one here. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Let me go to my settings. Because I sure can't see those words. I haven't used this phone in a long time. Is this it? Okay. Bold. All right. We got it. I hope we do. Let me come back and say hi to everybody. Nope, it didn't work. YouTube is messing with people's things. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Janetta. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Regina. Lavender. Who else? Violet. Jatan. Carol. Amanda. Y'all, this is going to be a mess again. All because YouTube wants to play with people's font. Let's see if I could do this one. What's up, y'all? How's everybody? Hey, Carol. Giggsy. Stephanie. What's going on, y'all? Oh, goodness. That cough came out of nowhere. Hey, Ned. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm having a blessed day. I'll tell you that. I've been in these streets, y'all. Y'all see my haul earlier? I went out early. Y'all, time went back. I didn't realize it until 2 o'clock. 2:03, I was doing some, like this, I'm working on this painting from my room. And I went outside. Why did I just freeze? Didn't I just freeze on my thing? Did I freeze for anybody else? Stupid internet. Let me see who else. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Patricia. "28 degrees. Oh, Lord. Wait. Oh, you're out of the country. You're out of the United States. Okay. Ciao. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. Look. Oh, I know why. Because I didn't have play pushed. Y'all, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I am such an idiot. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeed. Crock pot sounds good. I'm making some chicken and shrimp Alfredo. I'm letting my chicken and my shrimp defrost right now. 20, absolutely not. 28 degrees, no. Now, see, I'm from Jersey, so 28 degrees, that was winter. You know what I mean? For us. But, oh, it's 53 in Bucks County? Y'all doing good. Y'all are doing good there in Bucks County. For this time of year, you're doing real good. But then again, it's November 1st, so this is not rare for Bucks County, 53 degrees. It's not, I mean, it could go a lot worse. Y'all could dive south real quick. But it's not rare, 58 degrees in the middle of the day. 53 degrees, I mean. Here, I think we were supposed to be up to 67 today. Hey, Annette. 60, yeah, we run up to 67 today, I think. So it's not too bad. We're getting back to normal. It's sore. Oh, Lord, child. 39. It was cold this morning. I went out. It was 49 degrees when I went out. I mean, but I didn't wear a jacket. I just had this on, but it was nippy. Oh, 28 and oh, I thought you were out of the country. We got places that's 28 degrees in the country. Oh, y'all. 49 in Washington. See, we had a cold spell last week. We did. Yeah, it's about 67 here. Yeah. So it's nice out. Like, you don't need a jacket right now. Hey, Tammy Moss. Y'all, how many people we got on? I see 3. YouTube has been playing with me, y'all. I see we got 2 people on now. And I see all these names talking to me. I can't even tell. 31. Okay. Hey, Raven. It's 37, 32. Y'all can have all that. Y'all can have it. Okay, 28 is enough. 28 people, I mean, is enough. I don't know. It's one of them ones you do a little bit, walk away, come back. You do. I'm actually trying to mimic a little bit with those round ones that I have in my room. I was looking for that big picture to put on the wall. Remember I said I was leaving that wall blank? And I found one a while ago, a giant canvas that had all kinds of colors in it. So I painted it like a neutral gray. And then I'm just doing some stuff to it. I don't know what it's going to turn out to be. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Pam. Anybody else pop on? Hey, Lorick. 45. Lord, y'all can have that. Hey, Mai. Yeah, 83 is beautiful, isn't it? That's the perfect, between 75 and 85, that's perfect. That's a perfect fall for me. Not that I know of. Nope. And I even have put it on Facebook for somebody to come get it because I didn't want to leave it, but I don't have nowhere. Somebody was saying, hey Juanita. Somebody was saying, for me to take it. Hey, Ruth. Somebody was saying for me to take it down to the booth, which I wish I could, but I don't have enough room in the booth. Like, I've now have the whole thing, you know, and I only have like that much room. And I can't, if I lean it up against it's senseless because people can't get to the stuff I have on the shelves. So it just wouldn't make not to mention I got to get somebody to bring it down there because I ain't tying nothing to my car, scratching up my car with that wrought iron. Like, and not to mention, I can't lift it. You know what I'm saying? By myself. It's heavy. So, I told y'all, I don't have the physical ability I used to. Hey, Regina. What did you do? Oh, Mai did I gotta see what you did, Mai. I've been running the street and then getting some stuff done. Hey, Karis. Who else? I gotta see what you did, Mai. What'd you do, Mai? More pumpkins? Hey, Lydia. Lydia, I did get your email. I haven't answered any emails because I was taking the weekend off of answering emails this weekend. But I did see it. I'll go down tomorrow to the post office. Because the one that comes to this house is Hedgecock. So I'll go over that way and see. Yeah, I will. Y'all, today, I went to sleep last night. I was so aggravated last night. You know what? Because my body ain't used to all that pressure. Moving. Pinterest made you do it. I got a couple DIYs coming. I got a couple. Okay, I hope so. Yeah, I'm going to go over there and see if that, because I had asked you before, it was something I had to sign for. That's the only thing that I knew that was over there. And I don't play that with people sending me that. You know, like, you have people send you stuff because they want to make sure you got it and all of that. So I normally don't go pick them up unless I know I'm waiting for something. If it's something coming out of the blue, I don't go pick it up. And I had asked you, that's the only thing I knew that was over there. And when you said, no, you didn't send it that way, I didn't pay it no mind. So that's the only thing it could be. I'll go over there and see. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do a couple things. Actually, look, I just took this. Remember this bracelet I found last night with these pieces on it? I'm making napkin rings out of these, but not for any time. Just, I got some napkin rings that is going to work perfect with this. And it was 5 pieces on there, so I'm actually just going to do four napkin rings. I think they were so pretty. I just think that would be so pretty sitting on top. Can y'all see that? See that? Really pretty. Who else came on? Hey, Tammy. Hey, Jason. I'm trying to catch anybody else I missed. I think I got everybody else. Hey, Deborah. Ooh, but anyway, y'all, this already started getting dark. Already. I can't stand this phone. And it's nothing. I've been all through the settings. I've checked. Every time I go on, I always make the screen bright, right? It doesn't do it right away. I could, this is an old iPhone 6. I had an old one. I had thrown in the drawer, so I pulled it out and I can use it. Yeah, I love crushed glass. I just haven't really been doing DIYs, but I'm going to do a couple for fall and summer. I meant fall and summer. Fall and Christmas. Is anybody buffering? I seem to be okay. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Lewis. Lewis, you are everything, buddy. Is anybody else buffering? No? I like it getting dark around almost 9. But now we are like totally around 7 o'clock. We are dark here. Like 6:45. And now that the time went back, it's going to get dark. Watch. It's going to be by about 5 o'clock, we'll be dark. 5:15, I guarantee you. Maybe 6, maybe 5:30. Watch, the sun is going down. And yesterday it was like 6:30 when the sun was going down. Yo, I was running around like, hey, Yacky Snacky. Hey, Janetta. Yo, listen. Oh, Janetta, I saw you. You had already popped on. 5 o'clock. Y'all, I ain't ready for it. I ain't ready for this. But today, it was so funny. I'm out there on the balcony. I'm going through trying to do this thing. And like painting, I told you, I've been working on it for probably about 3 weeks. Just going, every time I look at it, I add something else or, cover up and start over. But anyway, I glance over at the stove when I come in and it said 3:03 or 3:02 or something. Y'all, I said, oh my God, I'm supposed to be on live. And then I was like, it don't feel like time went that fast. And then I looked at my cell phone and it was only 2:03 or something like that. I said, okay. So I got to change my stove. I didn't realize last night was the night. Today is my daughter's birthday. I just got finished singing happy birthday to her. Because I didn't talk to her this morning. She was out with her friends. Okay, wait. Hey, Joel. No, just Darby. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's your name? Darby? Is that your name? Oh, do you, Janetta? Yeah, this is an old iPhone 6. I used to have this a long time ago. And I never sold it back. I just kept it because I had brought it out right. So now I'm on the 8. I didn't go too much further. Oh, let me turn it this way. No, I'm not mailing that pig out yet. Tammy knows that. I got to go to the post office for that. I might have to go to the post office tomorrow, though. I can't stand going to the post office, y'all. That's why I do not want nobody to send me nothing. I can't do that because I got to go around here and deal with this chick, Sylvia, that I do not like. I don't want to deal with her. Sylvia is a hot mess. She does not even understand what the post office offers. She will insist that you pay by weight in a box that's marked flat rate. If it fits, it ships. She says, no. You weigh $25. And I'm like, girl, that's $13. No. I'm like, Sylvia, I will slap you across that counter. I will come over there and slap you across that counter if you don't get out my face. So that's why I can't deal with her, y'all. I can't deal with Sylvia. I can't. It just got darker. Phone, I don't like you. I really don't. I do not like you. I cannot see that whatsoever now, y'all. I can't. So I got to do this. Yeah. All right, y'all, let's get with these questions. And meanwhile, if anybody wants to share their channels, let's do that. Because just in case this idiot phone wants to go stupid. Let me see if I can make it go. It will not focus. It won't focus. Nope. Sorry, y'all. Hold up. Who else? Who else? Hey, Paula. Oh, okay, Joan. Just go ahead and do what you got to do, friend. 75. Oh, my God. The normal summer here is at least 100 every day on average. Why did I become a cop? Honestly, for the money. It paid good. It did. Actually, when I left my old job, I worked for the county prosecutor's office. And I actually took like a $10,000 pay cut, but I knew in a matter of a year, I would be even $10,000 more than that. I would jump $20,000. So I took it. And for a year, I kind of struggled a little bit with the kids, you know, but it was okay. And then I was back on top. Yup. And then I became to love the job. I loved it. I really did. What made me move to Texas? The climate. I wanted to get out of the cold, the ice. You know what I mean? My doctor had said to me, I'm trying to catch them, y'all. If I miss you, the Eagles won? Yes. Oh my God. See, you know what? I'm bad luck for. Don't tell me about the Eagles because I'm their bad luck. The Eagles, as long as I'm not watching it and following, they win. So don't tell me about the Eagles, but yes. Okay. So I left New Jersey and came here because my doctor told me, I told you guys, the reason why I retired a couple years early because I had a spinal cord injury. It was a on-the-job injury, arresting somebody, twisted, had a spinal cord injury, took a couple years to get myself to the point where I could take care of myself. And then the doctor was saying, you should probably move to a warmer climate, more of a thermal climate. And Texas was on that border, on that line. I didn't want Florida because of the fact that Florida is extremely humid and the weather. Well, we got it here too, but not as bad. All right, y'all, hold off on some of the questions 1 second because I'm trying to answer this. So anyway, I wound up, my ex and I had made plans to move here and because I would have never done it by myself. And then he was himself and he was an idiot and that's why his name is what it is. Y'all heard it. And I just decided I was going to do it, and I did it behind his back. I just did it. And by that time, we weren't living together. He had moved out. So he didn't know what I was doing when I was getting rid of stuff in the house and getting the house ready for sale and all that. He didn't know. I told him I was moving when I was driving here. He just so happened to call me, and I said, I'm on my way. He was furious with me, but that's the way it went. And I just did it, and I haven't looked back. So I wanted a warmer climate. And that's what it was. Okay, now, let me go back and see. Cowboys, get out of here. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm trying to look for any other questions. Hey, Kendra, I sell bags only at the booth. I don't ship them. It's a lot to ship. So I sell them. I have a couple down there at the booth, but I'm going to be taking about 40 of them down there in the next 2 weeks. It'll be 40 of them. Well, not next 2 weeks. Where I say that at? Where I get that from? In the next 2 or 3 days, it'll be 40 bags down there. Yep, I made it by myself. I did it by myself completely. Yep. I moved here all alone. Hey, Lucy. How are you, friend? All right, I'm looking for questions. Karis just uploaded a jewelry bag. She said it's a bit disappointing. But she just uploaded, guys. So don't forget in between, y'all. Put me next to your name if you have a channel. Hey, Andrea. Do I shop every day? No, I don't shop every day. Maybe I go out and look around certain day sales. I might not buy anything. Um, but some days I go out and I don't buy anything. Some days I just go out. Some days, I look for stuff for the booth. But no, not every day. Some day, like at least 3 days a week, I stay in the house, and I don't really do much except for stuff in the house I have to do. Will I ever come to Virginia? Absolutely yes. One day I will, Tam. And you know what? It's not as scary as you think. It's not as scary. And you know what? I always tell people this. It's not, I know I probably didn't answer that right. But D, it's not as scary as you think. And actually, the reason why I say that is because I was scared to death. And I didn't think I'd be able to do this without him. But child. Hey, invisible thrifter friend. Thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate you, friend. But yeah, it's not as scary. And I always say, to me, it felt like I was living in New Jersey, being in a prison. This is the way I explained it to my friends when I got here. I felt like I was in a prison, and I felt like I was locked in all my life because that's where I lived. But once I got out, I felt like, oh my God, the gate to the prison was always open, and we just didn't know because we never went to the gate because somebody told you from a child, no, that gate's closed. That gate's closed. Don't even try it. Just live your life here and enjoy it. Right? So once I got out, I felt like the gates to the prison was always open, and I could have always escaped. That's how I felt, y'all. I promise you. And I have not looked back. I have not regretted it since. So yeah, I say do it. Yeah, my birthday is February 7th. My birthday is February 7th. Yep. It can be extreme. And you know what I did though? I decided to start all over. I had a huge house, 2,500 square feet. So for me, that's a lot of house for me. 4 bedrooms, formal living room, formal dining room, a huge gate room, the great room. The whole back of the house was a great room. Kitchen. And then I had a gigantic island in the center, and then the TV area, a garage, laundry area, everything on the other side. And y'all, I got rid of everything. I shipped very little with me. And then I started all over and brought everything. And that's what got me into thrifting, because I was never into it before. I moved here because of the climate. I wanted a better climate. It's so cold there, you know. You moved to Indiana from Texas. Oh my God, Violent. I know you're ready to come back. You can't take the heat. Oh, okay, for your health. Same thing with me though. I came here for my health because the cold was tearing me up there. Let me see. All right, let me make sure. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean, Violet. Yeah, and sometimes you got to move for your health. So yeah, some days my bones ache so bad, and I couldn't take the cold. You know what? I kind of did it quiet. It wasn't until the last 3 weeks when I started really having big sales at my house. So my daughter and my sister even really realized it. You know what I mean? My brother, I don't think I told him until like the weekend I was leaving. Him and his wife, because they came to the sale. But I don't think I had told them until then. Nope, I didn't tell anybody. I just started doing it quiet because I was already scared myself. So I didn't want anybody talking me out of it. Nobody knew. You know what I mean? I hadn't told my dad. I had not told my dad until like the day before I was moving. Nobody. And I got on the road. I had already had this place. I had this place in April. I didn't move until June. I didn't tell nobody. I had paid everything up. Did everything online, had never been here, never saw it. I found it through a locator. I paid everything for June 1st, and I was preparing to leave all that time, but I didn't tell nobody. You know, I live by myself, so that's what I did, because people will get the yapping in your ear. You can't do that. You can't do that. No. At this point, I had prayed. I didn't even tell my best friend. I didn't tell nobody until about 3 weeks. I started talking about it. By this time, I had my apartment. I had everything set up. I knew what day I was moving, and that's when I actually start telling people. And then I still had people, you're crazy. I wouldn't drive that all the way over there by myself. I wouldn't do that. I had already did it. At this point, I couldn't go back, you know? Yep. Yes, it is. Yep. Yeah, and see, the thing is, that's why I had to go, because my doctor said to me, you should try a thermal climate. And I said, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Oh, y'all can have that. Yeah, it's cold. I know. The cold is coming. Hey, Anita. Nah, I don't think she's going to. I would have loved her to move here. But I don't think my daughter's going to move here. My granddaughter says after she finishes college, she wants to, but I don't know. I'm at this point, I'm okay where I'm at. Like where I'm here by myself, I'm okay with that. Because I feel like this is what's meant for me, you know? Yeah, exactly. And they think they mean well, they're worried for you. When you ain't worried for yourself, when you're on, doing what you're supposed to do in life. So that's why I just kept it to myself. Well, you know what? It has, because I don't have the stiffness in my body like I used to. Like in the winter in New Jersey, I would have a stiffness where I could barely go out. Yeah, and I couldn't get outside. It sure is thermal, ain't it? Yes, and that's what and he said it. That's what I needed, and it has helped. I have not taken any pain pills other than over the counter ibuprofen. Well, I had when I first came here. I still had prescription, 800 milligram ibuprofen. But now I'll take 3 ibuprofen. Like the last couple days since I was doing that work down the booth, my back was killing me. I had to take something. But other than that, I haven't really been taking any medication. Yeah, you know what? But that's what I did, Cindy. I just was like, you know what? I love they're older. My daughter is grown. My granddaughter was, about 14, 13 when I left. 13, 12 or 13 when I left. And I think she was 12, getting ready to turn 13. And I said, you know what? It's time. It's my time. Like, it's my time. Yeah, I really like it here. I really do like it. And I was telling my sister that too. She said, "Oh, my grandkids are here," and I'm like, "Let me tell you something. If they want to see you bad, and I see, I go back. I go back at least once a year, sometimes twice a year to Jersey, and so I do get a chance to see them. But at this point, that's what it's going to be. Yes. And you know what? That's the thing. That's why I don't tell anybody about when I'm going to travel, because people will tell you don't do it. You're going to go by yourself? Who else? I came in this world by myself. I'm going to leave by myself. Who else am I going with? Child. Yes. People, I swear, and that's why I enjoy going out away by myself and having a nice time by myself. Yes. Yes, indeed. And you can always come back to visit, right? Yeah, that's why I can't do that, Carrie. See, with the way my health is, I can't do it. Hey, Janice. Exactly. And that's what you got to do, D. You got to find something for you. And that's it. And it might not be that you need to move. It might be that, you know what I mean? You just need to find something else that is, piques your interest. But for me, it was the move. Would not let me go. Like, I just, spiritually, I just felt like I needed to go. Because what happened was when my ex started acting stupid, and he was like, well, I'm not going, so that way you can't go. Girl, I was like, child, sit down. Because then that's when I had to pray, because I was scared. I really didn't. I thought he was right. And then God was like, girl, listen, it's your thing. This your thing. This ain't got nothing to do with you. I mean, God ain't got nothing to do with him. God set it up to where nobody could come with me. Nobody. You see what I'm saying? Now that I look back on it, nobody could have done this but me by myself. Thank you so much, Darby. Am I getting your name right? Derby, right? Oh, is it that cold, Amanda, where you're at? Yeah, I'm telling you, but you know, you'll know. When you feel like it's time for you to move, you'll know. You will know. Yeah, let me tell you something. You know I do. No, I've never shot anybody. Nope, never had to. You can, I always, you know, back in my era, it was different than it is today. I couldn't be a cop today, I'll tell you that. Because you could actually talk a person down back in the day. Now, whew, I could not do it. Oh my goodness. For real, Cindy? I could, yeah, no. I don't like the cold. I really don't like the cold. But you know, some days here, it's like, and it's not as bad as it would be there up north, you know, here. Thank you so much, Lydia. Yep, that's the only way. And I think sometimes before God will bring somebody in your life, you got to prove that you're able to do it by yourself, especially when you've been so dependent. I was dependent on my family. You know, like I just felt a comfort that was I shouldn't have had. And I felt like maybe the move made me realize that, girl, you in charge of this. This whole thing here, you in charge of it. You know what I mean? And there ain't going to be no help. Oh, okay. Yeah, then you really need to look into it. It might see I'm telling you, you will know when it's time for you to go because you'll start seeing things and feeling things and stuff will be there that blocks that have you blocked. That's how I felt. Like it wasn't nothing else for me there. Nothing else for my life to grow. Yep, just go. That's when I felt like there was nothing else for me. My life wasn't going to be able to grow anymore. No, I can't do that. I'm over work. I'm over it. When I tell y'all I'm over work, I'm over it. I'm over work. No, and not in Texas, in New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey. I work for Camden City Police Department. I know the airline. Let me tell you, every flight going out of where Tammy lives at is $5,863. Every one. We always try to find Tammy tickets. I'm joking about the 5,863, but it's a lot of money. Tammy's tickets could be sometimes 3 times more. Like to go to Vegas, her tickets are 3 times as much for me to go to Vegas. 3 or 4 times, because we were finding you tickets in the 500s, right, Tam? And it's only 100 round trip for me. Oh wow, Lewis! Oh my goodness! Tell her I said hi. What's her name so we can say hi to her? Congratulations on that, Lewis. 40 years is something to look at. Yes, that's something to talk about. Tammy wants to fly, but it's so darn expensive. Hey, Callis, what's up, friend? We were trying to get her tickets out of Raleigh, North Carolina. But it's still expensive. I'm like, what in the heck? Tammy doesn't work for airlines, but she does live in Virginia. Yeah. No, we were saying it's expensive for her to fly out from where she is. Fly out to go anywhere. Who else? Okay. Let me see. Who else came on? Hey, Marie. I didn't see you on. Oh, I know it's expensive for you, Marie. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. Hey, Toika. I didn't see you on either, friend. How are you? Kels, you up early in the morning, huh? Isabel. Hey, Isabel. Tell her I said hi. Hey, Isabel. Welcome, friend. Hey, Richard. Yes, everyone's doing great, Richard. Everyone's doing. Where are you from, Richard? I haven't heard anybody say that in a long time. That's why I'm asking. Hi, I hope I find everyone doing okay. Like, you know how people used to say, I hope I find you doing well. Like, and it's funny because he said that. That's why I'm thinking, you ain't from the United States, are you, Richard? Tammy said, I'm a good girl. Sorta. I have moved here June 2014. Yep. June 1st, 2014. I got here. I drove too, y'all. I drove and I got here. It took me like 20, almost 27 hours. And I drove straight. I didn't stop because I was scared to stay in hotels by myself because people back there telling me, girl, you don't want to stay in no hotel. They're going to kill you. I was scared. I drove. I just stayed up and I did it. Oh, wow. You got frozen. I'm having shrimp and crab Alfredo. Oh, you're in the UK, my home. Do you know I'm from the UK? Originally, my ancestors, yes. Got 50, what is it, y'all? 52%? 52% I'm from the UK. Yes, that's my ancestors. I did my DNA. Yes. Okay, Richard. I knew it from him talking, from the way he said, didn't I say that? I knew he wasn't here, from here. Thank you, Paula. Yeah, I'm making some crab and shrimp Alfredo. Remember I got the jar Alfredo sauce? I'm going to doctor it up. And I have took out some shrimp and some chicken. Not crab, shrimp and chicken. No, never. Never found out. I got my suspicions. It ain't over yet. I just stopped talking about it because I think the people know my name and I think they found my YouTube channel. Yep. And every time I go, I stayed in a hotel once, a motel once. And I got there at like 1 in the morning because I was falling asleep. I almost ran into a brick wall. So I pulled over, found somewhere, got a room, could not sleep all night. I stayed up, but I did rest my eyes. But so after that, I've never tried stopping again. I just stop. I'll eat. If I get real sleepy, I'll stop and grab food and I'll eat. It seems like I always stop in Arkansas. So coming down, can't remember where I'm at. 30, I think, or 40, one of them. I will stop in this white Waffle House. And they stay open all night long, and it's always crowded. So I stop in there, and I'll sit and eat, drink coffee, and, you know, listen to people's conversations, and wake me up, and then I get back on the road. That's what I do. But I haven't driven in about 2 years. Back to Jersey. I fly now. Only, you know. Yeah, I haven't driven in a minute. Oh, wow. Get out of here, Marie. That's nice. That'll be fun. Huh? I don't understand that, Richard. The well/okay thing depends on the situation, I guess. I don't get that one. Talking about me because I'm, yeah. Oh, because of my heritage. See, Kelly, stop being mad. Stop being mad because of my heritage. I'm gonna need all of the Union Jack stuff delivered to my house. That's what I'm gonna need. Tammy did her DNA. I can't wait to see. Watch her not have one drop. What? Oh God, no, wait. Yeah, shrimp and chicken Alfredo. I corrected myself. I know I kept saying crab because that's what I wanted, but I didn't feel like going back out to the store, and I didn't have any, so I was like, no, it's gonna be chicken. I'm a thug. That's right. I'm roughing my stuff. Oh, email popped up. Out of Virginia, we don't know what it is. Out of Virginia, like it's my ticket without any baggage or anything. A baggage without any bags or anything or seats. Flying Frontier from DFW. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna try to catch some of these comments. From DFW to Vegas, round trip is only $100.60. Now, because you know you got to search the flights out. You can pay way more. But of course, I searched the flights out and all that kind of stuff. So I spent $100.60 in February to go to Vegas, right? So then I added my bags. I added a carry-on and a check bag, and I got seat 1A, going in seat 1A. You know, in Frontier, they have the 3 rows of big seats. So I got the first seat coming on the plane, going and coming. And altogether, I'm paying $248. My ticket is paid for. $248 round trip. And I got the same seat going and coming. And I got a carry-on bag and a check bag. So Tammy's ticket to fly was like $500 round trip. Without adding her bags, without adding the seat, without adding anything. So her ticket would have been like $7 something. Oh, wait a minute. Lubbock is cold though. And y'all get cold winters over there, don't you? Hold up, wait a minute. Hey Joseph, are you being bad? Well, no, I have not really gotten to any kind of serious dating. And you know what? Again, I haven't gotten lonely. Let me tell you something. If you're comfortable, once you get comfortable with yourself, you can't get lonely. You really can't, because you'll find things to do with yourself. You'll go out, you'll do these things with yourself. But I haven't. I had a lot of trust issues. Like, you don't know nobody here. Like, I don't even know the first person to introduce me to somebody. So I've met people, but nothing ever came of it. And I'm okay with that right now. Like, I'm okay with it until God sends somebody my way and it's the right person. As long as I feel a little uneasy, I'm just not going to go for it. You know what I mean? So I'll know when God's sending me my mate. But I had a lot of work to do on me first, getting here, So I knew that wasn't going to happen. How tall? I'm 5'6". I think nothing. You know what? It's just fun. It's just about the experience, Richard. I just came back to your question about flying miles and not thinking. You know what? It's about the experience of it all. And that's all. Going and having fun in that moment. And sometimes that's the best money you can spend, because it's memories. You can't take your money with you, but you know what? You have fond memories until the day you die of things you did. And I went last year to Vegas by myself. I had a nice time. I really had a nice time. I mean, at first it was a little shaky. But I learned my lesson, so when I go back this year, I know a lot more. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a mess. But you know what? I cleared it out. Like I told you, I had to bomb my car. So it was gone. Like, I got it right away. I vacuumed right away and all of that. And then I went through a little bit of the jewelry outside, and it was fine. I found some good stuff in that bag, though. I really did. All right, let me see if I'm missing anybody else. Well, you know what, Anita? I'm not social. I was not social at all. I never met a soul while I was here. The first 4 years. And the only people I've met now is through YouTube. That's it from here, because I didn't work. Here's the thing. You move into another state, far away from everything you know and love, and you don't work. Where do you meet people? You don't, right? So the thing is, if you do have a job, you'll meet coworkers. And then through them, you might meet somebody else. And things will branch off. But somebody like me that gets up and not do anything, you really don't. You say hi to the people at Walmart. You know what I mean? And they get to know you because you do your grocery shopping in a certain place. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, the memories are the main thing. I'm telling y'all. I'm trying to go back and make sure. And I am missing some questions, y'all. If I miss your question, you might have to type it again because it's moving. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Yeah, but I was not a social person, y'all. I ain't meet one person. It was sad that I had to have a surgical procedure done and I couldn't get it done because I didn't even know anybody. To get, you have to have somebody go with you. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, I know, Miss Teresa. I'm the same way though. So don't we're fine. We know each other. We cool, girl. Oh, Tammy, yeah, your pork. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, Anita. When you don't, like, how do you meet these people? You don't, right? But if you're at work, you normally will. You'll meet at least your coworkers and things, people around. But I mean, through YouTube, I have met a few people here. Thank you, Colette. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, friend. How are you? Well, you know what? Again, that stuff, you got to be social to get into the book club. One of my neighbors, she's a sweetheart. She would walk past and walk her dog. She was telling me about this group meetup. Well, it kind of got a little dangerous because I tried it a couple times with different things I was interested in. And then I didn't like it. Like I was going for one day, I was going to go for a hike in the woods with this group. And I got there and it was like one lady and like four kind of big guys and I didn't know him. I was like, oh, I'll be back. I got to run to my car. I ran to my car and I pulled off. Something told me don't go up in them woods. Are you kidding me? I didn't know them people from a can of paint. Y'all, my Camden instincts set in. It was like, girl, run. Yeah, no. No. So I was like, nah, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. And I don't drink, so a lot of the meetup groups are like meeting at a nightclub or like at a bar, a local bar to watch a game and all that kind of. And I don't drink, and I don't enjoy being around people who drink after they've been. Now, don't get me wrong. If you had a couple drinks and we're sitting social and you can still stand up and talk, we're good. But once you start falling all over the place, I can't help you. My back hurts. I can't pick you up, friend. Yeah, let me tell y'all, I took off. Hold up, is Adam on? Oh, okay. That's good though, Kelly. Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with marrying your best friend, girl. Yes, I said, oh, I gotta run to my car. I'll be right back. I forgot something. I got in my car. I took off, y'all. I came home. They probably was like, she is crazy. Yes, I was. But guess what? I'd rather be on the crazy side than be in the woods and y'all kidnap me. No, your girl can't be playing that. I got things to do, people to see, and places to go. I ain't got time for kidnapping. What time for it? My life is too busy to be kidnapped. Yo, Hey, Chrissy Kitty. Yep, I can't, y'all. Can't be helping you. You fall, I cannot help you get up. As long as, like I said, all of my friends have always drank. And I have always been the designated driver. So I would hang out. I used to hang out and I always would be the one who held the pocketbooks. I was the one who, made sure everybody got home safe. But y'all, your girl can't be helping nobody right now. She can't. I'm not sure, Anita. I'm not sure. When I left, it hadn't. Yeah, they ain't kidnapping me, y'all. Taking me up in them woods. God only knows what. Are you kidding me, Kelly? He said, take me out. Take me thrifting. What's he looking for? He's looking for something for me. That's what he's looking for. He said, come on, let's go get Joan her Christmas gift. Let's go thrifting. Thank you, Adam. Outrageous. Oh, okay. It's her. Oh, happy birthday, Isabel. Her birthday was just the other day, guys, on Halloween. So, what's he make? Cooking and fixing her seafood for dinner? Oh, that's nice. To people in Texas, yes, it's totally different. Let me explain something to y'all. One thing I swear I'm gonna say, and y'all gonna get mad at me, people from Texas. Y'all, it's a rude place here. Folk are rude. Let me tell you, they talk about Philly. Like that's this supposed to be the city of brotherly love, but they always say Philadelphia and all that. You cannot walk through a door and hold the door for somebody and they not say thank you. People just don't. And when they walk past, if you say excuse me, they will at least acknowledge you. In Philly and Jersey, you will at least get a or something like that. Here, they act just like you ain't said a word. Y'all, and I can't, it's been almost like 5.5 years now. I still can't stop saying, excuse me, please, thank you. I can't because I envision my mother slapping me. Every time I don't say it, think about not saying it. But y'all, people don't speak. I have never, what happened to Southern hospitality? I ain't never heard it, y'all. That's the only thing I don't like. Other than that, I love Texas. New Yorkers that's what a lot of people think, but it's not. New Yorkers mind their business. But if you hold the door for them, or if you're trying to get past them and you say, excuse me, and it's just a common courtesy that people say, excuse me. Now, at least acknowledge you, like, sure, or whatever, no problem. But they ain't gonna sit and have no conversation with you. But no, here, folk you can hold the door and they'll just slam it back on you and keep on moving. I ain't never seen, I've never. And I've been New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia all my life. That's my life. That was where my life was. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, a lot of people say that about New York. How often have you been to New York and you've seen that? I'm telling you, it ain't like that. Ma'am, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that at all. I'm a ma'am person because I was a cop, and that's kind of what you do. Ma'am, sir, like you don't address anybody by anything else. When you're a cop, it's ma'am and sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. So I'm a ma'am, sir person. I haven't heard one word of it. People just don't say nothing. Yeah, let me tell you something. He might be quiet and might not socialize. However, if you pass him something, he's going to say thank you. I guarantee, unless he just wasn't raised that way. But for the most part, that's how it is. In the tri-state area there, you're going to get the pleasantries. Thank you. Excuse me. You know what I mean? An acknowledgement. Here, I have never, like, it is extremely rare. And actually, it was a lady, an older black lady. One day, I said to her, excuse me, in the store. She said, oh, what? She said, you don't get that often. Okay, you're welcome, ma'am. Come on by. And that was so funny because she felt the same way I did. I said, oh, my God, I noticed that too. I said, you don't get it. I said, but I can't stop. Yes, that's what it is. Regina, I swear it's the truth. I'm telling you, I was shocked. And that's what Kelly did marry her best friend. They hang together. That's her buddy. And see, I think that's what it is too. Lori, I think Lori's mom. I think that's exactly what it is because in the Dallas area, this big busy area, it just goes by like nobody says anything. And then it's such a melting pot. So you have a whole lot of different how do I say, I don't even know how to say it. You have a whole lot of different cultures. And a lot of people's culture aren't the same as your culture. Now, where I grew up at, let me tell you something. Let my mom find out we didn't call somebody Mrs. Such and Such by their last name. You ain't go around talking about no Miss. Now, the few people that we were able to call by the first name was my mother's friends. Like that, was then, and they would say, no, she's not calling me Mrs. Anderson, or something like that. So the people like on our street, we were able to say the first name, but Mrs. also. But people around the corner, Mrs. Jefferson, Mrs. Jackson, Mrs. Wilson, yeah, no, that's at Mr. Such and Such. We didn't play that. And you best not be in no store and not hold the door and say, excuse me, or help somebody. Girl, listen. So I'm like that now. I can't do it. I can't do that. So I still say it even though people ignore me. Wow. See, that's one thing I have not. And I was shocked because I was like, oh, it's probably going to be pleasant. I was all excited. When the first couple times people ignored me, I was like, whoa. Like, seriously, girl, you ain't hear me? I don't even know one neighbor. I don't know one person that lives in my. Oh, I take that back. The lady who walks her dog. She's really nice. And I'm not gonna say her name. I was getting ready to say her name, but she's such a sweetheart. She is a really nice. But I see her in passing. But that's the only neighbor in 500 units that I know. I've never knew one across the hall, over upstairs. Never, never. It's a minute. Yeah, the driving. My cousin just posted on Facebook that we were the third worst place for Dallas is the third worst place for driving. I had never been in an accident until I came here, y'all. Oh, I had one accident in my life, and here my car has been hit 3 times. Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, Margaret. And that's what got me is that when you come here, and like all my life, that's all I've known is that you address people and you answer them. You acknowledge. If anybody says God bless you, you could be on the other in New Jersey. I'm gonna tell you, anywhere you go in the state of New Jersey, you could be on the other aisle in the grocery store and sneeze, and somebody from the other aisle is gonna say God bless you. I promise you. I promise you that. Now, are they going to sit there and talk about how's little Johnny doing? Probably not. They couldn't care less. They'll come by, walk past you with your little Johnny in the car. Oh, he's cute, and keep right on moving. It's not going to be personal. However, they're going to acknowledge you. Yes. I'm not sure. I don't know much about South Texas. Like Houston, I'm not. This was my coming here. That's the only thing that I don't like about here. That's it. Other than that, I love this. I love this area where I'm at right here. I love it. I love it. And I think maybe that's why I haven't really met anybody and made friends, because it's like the personalities. Yeah, well, you know what? The neighbors in the street, my mother didn't play their aunt and uncle. They are not your aunt and uncle. They're my friends. That's how she would say it. No. Because my mother had 3 girls. And she was like, that is not your uncle, honey. That is Mr. Such and Such. And you treat him as Mr. Such and Such. You say hi to him. If he tells you to come in the house and nobody else ain't there, you run home and you tell me or your father. That's what you do. That's what she tells us. You don't go into Mr. Such and Such's house when ain't nobody there. Do you hear me? I don't care what he tells you to do. If he tells you, I need you to come in here and fix this, you run home and tell me and your father. Me and your father will go over there and fix it for him. That's what you do. That's what I just channeled my mother, because that's what she would have said exactly. Oh, Lord. Oh, for real? He likes it? He likes it in Waco? Yeah, I haven't traveled and went like all over the place in Texas. I haven't. Tammy did a haul today. She did a haul today. I don't know if it went up yet, Tam. Did it? You are a hot mess, Tammy. I'm not sure, Regina. I'm going to look. And you know what? I might have to pick your ear for areas because I don't know. That's the thing. I moved here on the advice of a locator, but I didn't know anything about it. I like this area. I just don't want to pay the taxes when I buy here. So that's, I need to get on that. By January, February, I need to have an area, a location in mind so I can start looking around. Exactly, exactly. And the thing is, here's the thing. I'm going to make any place I live my own. I don't want to live in a crime-ridden place. But moving here to Texas, regardless of how the way people act, you know, like not speaking and all that kind of thing, I needed to, again, this whole thing for me was about, you know, doing me, living and taking care of me by myself, providing for me and understanding that I've only needed myself. Now, I can want other people and I can have that need to have people around me when need be, but I can. And through this all, I realized I could do all of this by myself. You really don't need anybody else. And you think you do. I actually said that to myself. I could not make this move without my ex. I couldn't do it. It was be impossible. And my daughter was like, why are you even dealing with that? And I was like, well, I can't do it by myself. Once I get there and I get used to it, I don't care. We can break up. But I need him to go because if I don't have him, I can't do it. I actually said that, y'all. I promise you. And my daughter was like, well, Mom, then maybe you just don't need to go. And I'm thinking, no, I do need to go. And I'm going to find a way, but I'm going to just deal with him. And as bad as I didn't want him to go, I was scared to death to do it alone. Exactly. That's the thing. And I just have to, and here's the thing. Another thing that I had to learn too with that is that even though they didn't acknowledge me back, I couldn't stop being respectful. Because again, I can only be accountable for myself. They got to answer to God for their not doing what they're supposed to do. Oh, you did? Yeah, I did put up a haul today. Did y'all see my beautiful dishes? Y'all, I don't know what I want to do. Camden can be rough. No, Camden is rough. Tell him I said, yeah. Tell him he don't have to be polite on that one. It is rough. It is rough. Y'all, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Now, I grew up there. It wasn't as bad in the 70s. But once in the 80s when I was grown, and I moved away. I mean, I lived in the suburbs, but I still worked. I was a cop in Camden. But I worked there, you know, and came there for work every day. When I go back home, I'm always in Camden. My sister Donna lives in Camden. Donna lives right on the waterfront, though. So when y'all see me, when I'm at her house, I'm in Camden. My daughter lives on like a Camden, Pennsauken border, but she's still right there in Camden. My father lived on the waterfront in a high rise. Now he doesn't live there anymore. You know, he was in a nursing home and then he passed. Of course he doesn't live there anymore because he passed. But, yeah. Gigsy? Huh? Gigsy, try to type. If you can hear us, try to type something. Yeah, it is. It is. It's not. Here's the thing. It's about your attitude, too. I used to tell ladies years ago when I worked at the prosecutor's office, they would leave to go to lunch around the corner, ladies who lived in the suburbs, and half a cow, oh Lord. And they would grab their pocketbooks and hold it and walk like this. Let me tell you something. Just walk down the street. And then people will think you belong and they don't bother you. I've never got robbed in Camden in my life. Well, I was a cop, but I lived there too. I grew up there, you know? So, yes, you can, Gigsy. I can see you. I was getting ready to say, because you can't, Gigsy, you're not even, now I'm going to make you one. But you wasn't even a moderator to be able to block yourself. Maybe I shouldn't. Wait, I can't. Hold up. How come I can't make you a moderator, Gigsy? I can't. It won't give me the option. Nope, it won't give me the option. I don't know why. Oh, because this ain't I'm not on the right channel. I'm not, this isn't my channel. This is just an extra YouTube, an old YouTube that I used to have that I forgot the password. I didn't upload back when I had this phone. And I used to watch YouTube on here. So I can't do it because I'm not authorized. It ain't that ain't my channel. My other phone is on the right channel, the one that I lost. Stupid phone. I was sitting up here like, how come I can't do it? Because I ain't got no right to. Because this is just some, different account. Y'all, I swear I'm crazy. Yeah, they're really nice. They were $4.99 for each dinner plate and then $3.99 for each salad plate, which is a decent, because they're probably in reality in any other store other than Home Goods, they were probably like $12.99 for a dinner plate and $9.99 for the salad plate. So it was a good price. But do I need them? No, I don't. They're pretty. I'm going to see. Like I said, I'm going to do a tablescape tonight and see how I feel. And yeah. I might be sucking my bottle on back up to Home Goods. Or else I'd have to thump the cousin. One or the other. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, y'all. I don't know what you're talking about, Giggsy. Oh, you couldn't type there. Oh, okay. You were typing somewhere else. Yes, indeed, child. Need and want are two totally different things. And you know what? But again, you got to realize it's not about the needing. That word is, and a lot of us feel like, oh, we need to have this. The only thing we need, I promise you, is oxygen to breathe, water to drink, to keep our bodies going, and some type of nourishment. That's the only thing you need in life. Now, shelter comes in. It's a real good thing to have, but there are people who survive without shelter, right? So these things turn into wants that we have made ourselves believe that it's a need, and it's not. And sometimes God got to put you in a place where you realize it's not a need. Stop it, girl, because it's not a need. So, in my eyes, shelter is a need. In my eyes, clothing is a need. You know what I'm saying? But in God's eyes, when you're trying to open yourself up spiritually and connect, you got to realize that, and I thank God that I was put in a situation where, I was put in a situation. Yeah, I know. We used to have Sunday dinner too. But you know what? Again, like I said, I was put in a situation where I had a home. I wasn't homeless. I wasn't, wasn't out there in the street naked. For me to be able to see the difference between want and need, because I was always so close with my family that once I moved here and I didn't have that anymore, I realized I could do this. I could do it. I thank God. And I always say God will throw that little, first God throws the little pebble. Like the Oprah said this. I'll never forget this. And it made so much sense. First, God will throw, when God's trying to get your attention, he'll throw the little pebble. And you kind of judge and be like, whatever. I'm still doing what I'm doing. And then eventually, you don't listen. When God's trying to give you that guidance, and you get one of them driveway rocks, that hits you. And you're like, dang, could have drew blood. I don't know what that was. And you keep doing what you're doing. And then another little rock come, hit you in the head. Now you got a hickey, you got a headache, you still ain't paying no attention to it. You're going to go back to doing what you was doing. Eventually, after the brick, the red bricks in the homes, and after another big old rock, the boulder comes. And when the boulder comes, it normally is life-changing. The boulder comes and it's life-changing. And it's life-changing in a way that makes you open your eyes and see that maybe I need to open my eyes spiritually and not just physically. You know what I mean? Maybe I need to not lean on my own understanding, but lean on God's understanding. And then you, oh, Tam, you're going to get your food. And then you can see what you need to see. But eventually, you're going to see it. That boulder hurts, y'all. I promise. I've been hit with the boulder. You don't want it. You don't want that boulder. Sometimes you just got to open up your eyes and see it through God's eyes and not yours. Because when things are, you come into these blocks, and then you finally, and you get to the point where you're like, well, nothing's changing, but I'm forging on. Nothing's changing. I'm still hitting this brick wall. I'm still hitting this brick wall. I'm still being hit in the head with larger and larger things. And now I got a concussion. And now my whole life is falling apart. My husband left me. The kids ain't paying me no mind. They went on about their lives. Now I'm alone. You really don't realize it, but you've been left alone. Your husband left you for some floozy down the street who's treating him bad. Good for him, because that's his karma. And now you sitting there by yourself, and you lonely, and the bank calling, talking about putting you out, or the landlord banging every week, talking about he putting you out. You are in a boulder situation, and you still don't know it. That's the thing. Sometimes it's a call to move. Sometimes it's a call to get away. Sometimes you need to get on the phone and call your best friend from childhood and say, child, what's going on there where you living at? Because she done moved away, and you needed a change. Girl, what's going on down there? Let me come visit. Let me come see if I can find me a little apartment there or something and get my life. You got an extra bedroom, and maybe find a little part-time job. Maybe God is trying to move you. You know what I mean? But there are stubborn people who will be hit with the boulder, be living a boulder situation, and still hitting that brick wall and not realizing it. And all because of fear, y'all. All because of fear. But you know what, Lavender? Is if you're okay with being alone, because it's fine with being alone. It's fine being alone. If you're okay with it, you're in a good place. But if you're not okay with it, it might be a call. And you don't want the boulder to come, because the boulder destroys stuff. The boulder will put you in this type of situation. You ever been in one of these? Oh, God, no, please. No, not one more thing, God. You ever been in one of them? Yeah, that's a boulder situation. And you've been in it for a minute. And now God's getting ready to hit you again with a boulder. And now you're begging God not to do it. And you just don't know. You got to be quiet and open your ears spiritually and not physically. Close your ears physically and open them spiritually, because God is trying to move you. And you can't. You can't keep going through it and hitting that same brick wall, being hit in the back of the head with the boulder, and getting hit in the front of the head in the brick wall, because you can't move. Everybody done left you single-handedly. You feel like you have nothing. You feel like God walked away from you. That's a boulder moment. That's where you've been hit with the boulder. Oh, I'm missing the conversation because I'm running my mouth. Yep. So I'm telling you, sometimes just look at your life and say, where am I at? Where am I in a boulder situation? Honestly, we all need to ask ourselves that quite often. When you notice things ain't right, or you're not feeling comfortable. Like Lavender, you said, I'm alone all the time. But here's the thing. You might not be in a boulder. You might be okay with that. You might be like, girl, I can stay in this house for 5-6 days by myself and enjoy myself. I sit back with my bonbons. I flick the remote. I get up. I do a little housework here and there. But it ain't much, because I'm here by myself. I'm chilling. Ain't no, I just have to dust a little bit here and there. I'm good. Or you could be in a, dang, I would really love to have somebody here with me. I might be in the wrong place, because by God moving me, he might be moving me where my soulmate is, or where my, life partner is. If you're questioning yourself, then you might not be right. You might not be in the right place. Yeah. Oh, Sherry, I'm sorry. It's gonna get better, girl. Yes, exactly, Sarah. You said that, child. And the thing is, because it's about how you feel about it. Yes, indeed, child. You don't want to be getting hit with the boulder. The boulder hurts and it destroys. It brings stuff down. That's the tornado that comes in and wears you out. Oh, wow, Margaret. Oh, fourth? Gee, Willikers. Yeah, sometimes it's just time for change. And we as human beings don't like change. Think about it. We really don't. You know what? But here's the thing. You can be a believer. Let me tell you about believers and non-believers. Well, I ain't gonna say non-believers, but believers. Let's talk about some believers. And we ain't talking about everyone, because some are open to spirituality. Some are so set. And what Pastor said, honey, Pastor said I can't go out after 7. I can't go outside after 7. God is meanwhile saying, I need you to be out there at 9 o'clock to meet this person, because this person is going to change your life. Because what's going to happen again, it's going to be this woman named Sally that's walking down the street at 9:02. I need you to be at 10th and Central at 9:02, because Sally's going to be walking down the street, and Sally's going to drop her keys and not realize it. And then when you pick up the keys and you go running back for Sally, because Sally has had it today. Sally's at her wit's end. Her husband left her. The kids are acting crazy. She's running a business. She owns this business. She can't handle it because her 2 assistants are fighting each other. She wants to fire both of them. She needs somebody else. Mind you, Sally's walking down the street. She drops her keys. That's the last straw. You grab them, you run after Sally. Listen, hey, excuse me, ma'am, you dropped your keys. Sally is so grateful. She says, oh my God, I'm looking. She pours her whole life out on you. And you say, well, wow, Sally, I'm looking for a job. I would love to come in and be your assistant. I could take both of their places. I'm good at this. Sally gives you a job paying $75,000 to $100,000 a year, where you just was getting ready to get put out your apartment last month. You see what I'm saying? But if Pastor says don't go out after 7, believers, they don't go out after 7 because Pastor said it. Pastor said don't talk to John Wilson, because Pastor trying to sneak through your back door at night. And he don't want John Wilson, Mr. Wilson, up in your apartment. So Pastor said don't talk to him, because he's a devil. He ain't from God, honey. But Pastor sneaking in. See, that's where believers go wrong. That's where but you get a believer who realizes that Pastor's a man just like I am. He gets up and puts his left leg in, right leg in his pants, just like I do. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen a little bit to Pastor, but we're going to listen out for God. You see, that's the difference between believers. You get some believers who are so into Pastor that, Pastor will run their life. So, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I took you to church. I'm so sorry. Who's Marie? Who said something? Here's the thing about believers. Y'all know, I ain't never once said y'all know I believe in God. I believe in God, okay? I believe. Here's my thing, and I don't have a problem with anybody calling God whatever they want to, because there's people who want to come up talking about, no, his name is this and his name is that. Y'all could call, I don't think he has a problem with it. You can call him anything you want as long as you believe. As long as you have faith in your superior power, your creator, you can call him whatever you want. I just so happen to feel like Jesus is who I call on, Son of God. I do believe that's my thing. You don't have to believe the same thing for me to love you as a person, because that's what God asked for us to do, the creator, okay? So, but I say the believers who swear that they put that, they tell people, well, you're not a believer because you're not listening to Pastor. That's who I'm talking about. That's the only group I'm talking about. That group. Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I ain't knocking nobody. Exactly. It is personal. It is personal, but the ones who you will see judging other people is normally the ones that Pastor got their ear. And God, they don't have an open ear to God. They don't have that direct channel to God. It's only through Pastor can they get their information. That's the people who will say, well, you're not saved. I can't talk to you. Those type of people. What would Jesus do? You think Jesus will be walking down the street and see somebody in need and say, well, Pastor said you wasn't on the list, so I can't be dealing with you. No. That's who I'm talking about, y'all. Don't be taking it personal. Don't be taking it personal. Hold up, Tammy. Wait, somebody said something. Was somebody talking about me, Tam? So I hope and pray somebody didn't think I was taking that part. I wasn't. I was just trying to touch on that part. Thank you, Giggsy. Child, let me tell you, the sunset is a beautiful thing, ain't it? Sunrise and sunset. I don't know anything about a hernia surgery. I'm sorry, Janetta, but I'm sure you'll be good. Oh, good, Kelly. Welcome, Kelly Hernandez. Welcome, friend. Yeah, y'all, I hope and pray. Don't take it personal. I promise you I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying when it comes to, yes, indeedy, that's what you do. And y'all, all I'm trying to say is pastor don't have all the answers, y'all. Like they say. You know, don't get me wrong. You're supposed to have respect for your pastor. Oh, okay, Tammy. Okay, I didn't know. I just wanted to make sure. I'm like, y'all, please. Now we just chit-chatting. But yeah, I'm just saying I've been in that situation. Y'all, let me explain. I was 19 years old. No, was I 19? No, I was about maybe 20. 20. My son was a baby, right? Yeah, because he was walking and stuff. So I was like maybe 21. I was young. And so I went to, maybe even 22 I was. I went to this church, right, in the neighborhood. And oh, for real? You're a mess. So wait, so I went to the church, and I would go to this church. So the pastor, he said to me, I want you to teach the Sunday school. And I'm like, teach the Sunday school? Somebody needs to teach me. So I'm thinking I got to do what pastor said. So I come in to teach the Sunday school, and my son actually went there as a daycare center, and went there to the daycare center. So I'm in there early in the morning, and don't you know, he walks over to me and asks me to go to the Bahamas with him. Yeah. And guess where his wife was? In the other room. Yup. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes they can get you so caught up that you really can't make a good decision, especially being a young mother. All I'm saying is keep your ear open to pastor, right? But also keep the other ear open to God and make sense of what is said. We've had churches where there's been like 12 women sleeping with pastor and his wife sitting there in the front row every Sunday. You know? All I'm saying is keep your ear open. And that's when I say, and that's most of the time you hear the believers when they say, and ain't nothing wrong with being a church lady. Trust me. If you love church and that's where you get your fellowship at, girl, listen to me. You don't need to apologize to nobody. Hey, Sandra. Exactly. I don't care what you call him, child. Yes, indeedy. I don't care what your religion is, as long as you believe you are welcome here on my channel, because that's what it's all about. It's about your connection to God, not through nobody else. And what you call him is that's a personal thing between you and God. Your religion and spirituality is two totally different things. Your religion is, the practice of it, but your connection to God is pure, and you don't need all kind of rituals and all that kind of stuff for that connection. And as long as you keep that connection open, that's where you get your sense about things. When you close it off, anything pastor says can make sense to you. But as long as you have that connection open with God, it's like God saying, girl, now look at that. You hear what he just said to you? Does that make sense? Do you think I would tell you to do that? Do you think I would tell you to be on your knees in front of pastor taking care of him? Do you think I would? But, that connection will open your ears and your mind and your brain. But if not, pastor will make it right what he's telling you to do. You see what I'm saying? He'll be like, girl, listen, God would want you to make pastor happy. Right? I promise you. And it would sound so good and so real that you'd be down there taking care of passive. Okay? Yes. Y'all. No, we ain't doing no jewelry. I told y'all, of course I'm taking questions about it. But anyway, let's go back to questions and answers, y'all. So that's all I'm trying to say. Yes, that's what happens. Yes, y'all. And I'm telling you, as long as you keep that connection open to God, you that's where your good senses. You know how they say women have that sixth sense anyway. You're born with it because you're a mother and you need that sixth. Oh, we all have it, but I mean, intuition, women's intuition. Keep your connection open to God, and that's where you get these sudden. Oh, what? What's that? You know what I mean? That's where that comes from. Are they coming in? Yeah, when you start talking about God, they come in, child. Very good, very good. If that's what you feel healed, then that's exactly what you should do, because that's the perfect thing for you to do. So personal things in life are so personal with people. All right, trolls. Look. Let me explain something I'm gonna give a message out for the trolls. I'm getting ready to give 2 messages out. 1 for sharing channels and 2 for trolls. All right, let me tell y'all something. Trolls, we ain't playing these games with you today. That's the first thing. We're not playing these games. You are welcome. If you want to come in and join the conversation, you're more than welcome. We have a lot of fun here. We support each other here. But you want to come in here talking stupid, you're getting kicked out permanently. Okay? All right, we're on a good place. Now, let's share our channels, guys. For real, Joan? I mean, don't get me wrong. You got some good ones. You got some good pastors out here now. But then there's them ones. I sure will, buddy. I sure will. I will pay for grandma. We will pray for grandma. Hey, Yvonne. So wait, Yvonne, do you feel like you have to go to church to get your soul fed with Jesus? Do you feel like, and no, I'm asking that because I'm not sure. I'm just wondering if that's what you're saying. Because I enjoy it, Sandra. I enjoy spending time alone. And when it's my time, it'll be my time. It's going to be right. But thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. And you know what? Lavender, the mental, you didn't put yourself through it. The physical, you didn't put yourself through it. And the sexual, you didn't put yourself through it. So that ain't your burden to carry, sugar. It's not. I promise you. You victims carry other people's burdens for the rest of their lives. The moment you realize that that's not your burden to carry, you'll free yourself. I promise you. It's not. You did not do it, so you don't need it. You don't need to carry that. What you do is say, somebody used me for their guilty pleasures. Somebody used me mentally, physically, and sexually. But guess what? I woke up the next day and I survived, and now it's time for me to live the rest of my life without their guilt. Let them live their guilt, not you. You know what I mean? That's all. You were a victim in it, and a victim does not last long. So pull yourself up out of it and say, okay, I have faith, God, that I'm going to move on, and that's not what happened to me. Now I know better. Now I'm grown. I'm bigger. I'm wiser. I'm stronger. Bring it, brother. Bring it. Bring it, Big Daddy. Bring it. I'll chop that thing off. That's what you tell them. That's what you tell them. Okay? Come on, trolls. Why y'all got to play? So I'm telling you, the moment you realize that you had nothing to do with that you didn't ask somebody to physically, mentally, or sexually abuse you, it was done. But now that you can control it, because I'm sure it happened when you were younger, or either in a marriage where the husband was, now that you're in a better place, you ain't going to let that happen to you no more. I promise. You learn from it. You got a lot. You got a story from that. And somebody needs to hear your story, Lavender. Somebody needs to hear your story. Somebody needs to pull you. Now, honestly, I've never been mentally, physically, but then mentally, I kind of went through something with my ex. You know, where they try to bring you down and keep you at a level. But the physical and the sexual abuse, I've never had that in my life. So I can't claim that. But what I do know is that, like I said, I was trying to touch on this before. We are all put here on this earth for a reason. We are. And everything that happens to you is already set in stone. I believe that with all my heart and soul. Anybody could believe whatever they want. God, let me tell you how God gives us choices, guys. You can wake up and do whatever it is in life you want to do. But for the most part, you got something on your heart that you got to do. Whether it's go to a job, whether it's this, whether I don't want to work today. I feel like I just want to go to the zoo. You ever wake up and just say, I don't feel, it's nice out today. I don't want to go to work. I'm going to call in sick and I'm going to go over to the zoo. And I'm just going to walk around and I'm going to have some popcorn and I'm going to look at the animals. And then you meet this lady that's sitting on the bench. And you start talking to her, and for one way or another, either you have a conversation with her and leave her for the rest of your life, but you've probably laid something on her she needed, or you make a friend for life. Depends, you know what I mean? But you wind up in a situation. And that's why I'm saying we have a choice. So you could have made a choice to go to work and then go on about your business and you never came in contact with that lady. Or you could have made the choice, and see, this isn't an everyday thing. It's sometimes when you feel something, that's God asking you to move on it. Okay, so I say that to say we have a choice in life to do the things that, but when we're children, we don't have that choice. We're here doing our job, our plan. And sometimes kids are used in ways that they should not be used, but they are left with a story. But in our world, the kids are left with guilt and shame, where they shouldn't be. They're left with a story. Because if you could stand up as big and as strong as you are now as a woman and say, hey, listen, Sylvia, little Cynthia, I've been down that road. But you can grow up and you can help people. And now that you're getting bigger and stronger, and now that you know you have a voice, this can never happen to you again. Nobody can quiet you, and nobody can keep you in this. Nobody can beat on you. Nobody can do this, because there's agencies, there's places that can help you. When you were little, you didn't know that. You ain't had nobody walking up to you saying, hey, Lavender, you have a voice. You can do something. You see? Yes, you had, that ain't had nothing to do with you, Lavender. You are a wonderful person, and you were used, and now it's time for you to use what you got. What you got out of that to help somebody else. I promise you. Now that you're realizing that this is coming about and it's actually on your mind, that ain't nothing but God saying you need to use this story to help somebody. It's somebody. It's somebody. There's a lot of boys and girls clubs out here. There's a lot of kids in the neighborhood that's acting out and nobody knows why. There's a lot, just you got to use it. You have to use it. Yep. But let me tell you something. Take it and use it for your best interest. Yes, indeedy. Oh, yeah. Because let me tell you something. When I made this move, I say where I would have never talked about this like this before for fear of hurting somebody's feelings. But I think everybody on my channel knows I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I just speak what's coming out of my mouth, because I've opened my direct line with God, and sometimes things come out. And it's a lot of people on here that need to hear certain things. Definitely. And I hope and pray everybody takes anything. And if you need to talk to me, I'm available. You know what I mean? Yep. Yes, indeed. Lavender, you're going to do something with this, because now that it's on your mind, and now that it's come out and you found yourself in this quiet place in your life, and you're starting to realize things from your past, it's time for you to move, friend. Don't get hit with the boulder. Don't get hit with that boulder. Move. And I don't mean physically. I mean, unless that's a feeling that's coming out, it's about reaching out to other people, reaching out to different agencies that you might be able to talk to people. You know what I mean? Reaching out to a therapist. Maybe so you could put your stuff in order, to somebody who understands and can help you put stuff in categories in your life. You just got a lot of stuff going through your brain, and none of it ain't yours. And none of it ain't yours. None of that guilt, none of that shame, none of that is yours. None of it. But you can learn a lot from it. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. It is not yours. I promise you. It's not yours. Yes, indeed. Every day you get a chance to make a decision on something. I promise you. And sometimes we miss the buck. Sometimes we make the wrong decision and we don't go down that road. But I promise you it's coming back. Yes, indeed, friend. Yes, indeed. Yes, she is. Lavender is a sweetheart, and she knows it. Yeah, but you know what? Lavender Garden isn't the way. Let me tell you why. You are strong enough being yourself that you now can look. Your stomach, the pit of your stomach always tells you right before a danger is coming. You can ignore it. You could be oblivious to what's going on around you, but I guarantee you it's something there. And you as a strong woman, nobody isn't going to come at you the way they would have when you were 6 years old or 12 years old. They're not. I promise you. So you get out there and you put the fear away and stop being guarded. Just know that you are, every morning, wake up and put on that armor of God. And say your prayer and go on about your business and know that God got you and you speak from your gut. That's where the answer, it comes. You know, it'll just come right up. You'll feel when you need to move out there with somebody and you need to say something to somebody, you'll know it. But it's about you now learning yourself and learning what your job is. It's learning what your job is. You done been through a lot. Why are you still here, girl? Get it done. Get that job done. Exactly. You said that right, Louis. Say it again now. Yes, indeedy, but I believe that. Yes, indeed. Nowadays, yeah, you do. You really do. Yeah, but yeah, don't be guarded, friend. You got a lot to offer. You got a lot to offer. Lavender. Yep. I'm telling you, it's coming, girl. Listen. And you didn't have control of that. At 6, what on earth could you possibly have done? Especially when they tell you, you better not tell nobody. And or this is gonna happen. Because here it is. Mama's boyfriend, Uncle Rick, right? Her boyfriend. Or like you better not say nothing because y'all gonna be on the street. You ain't got nowhere to live. Because I'm gonna put your mama and you out on the street if you say something. Y'all, the cops gonna take me away and y'all gonna be homeless in the street. That's one. The little girl ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't crazy. She don't want her family out in the street. And she don't know no better. She can't say anything. Back then, our parents didn't talk to us about it. I tell you, the one thing I will say, my mother talked to us about that whole situation. She would tell us straight out. And like me and my sister talked after my mom passed away, and we said we thought maybe, because some of her fear was somebody was going to get her. When she had Alzheimer's, right before she passed, me and my sister said maybe she had been, like maybe there was some type of molestation when she was a child that she never told us because she was on us. She did not let it happen to none of us. None of her girls she wouldn't let it happen to. So I say that to say we don't know if it did, but she was over cautious with us, you know. And well, we love you back, girl. You know we love you back, Lavender. You are a friend, girl. But I say that to say that when the parents, they're just thinking, okay, I got a good life. I met this good man. He's helping us. We're in a home. Everything's good. He loves my girls, you know. And then here this is going on, and she has no idea. Okay, none. And you're scared to tell her because you don't want to mess up this happy home for your mother. Your mother's finally happy. That's the way they get you. Or then you get that uncle that comes and visit on and then hugs you too tight and hugs you in the wrong places. See, my mom was like, let me explain something to you. My daughter ain't got to hug nobody. When my uncles used to say, come give me a hug. No, she doesn't hug. So go sit down. I kid you not. Me and my sister always said, after she passed away, maybe something happened with mom. I wonder why she was always like that. No, my baby doesn't hug. Come, hey, get over here and sit down. Yes, she don't hug. She says hi. Say hi to him, honey. Sit down. Yep, that's what she would do. And so I say that to say, you did not have any kind of protection. And that is not for you to carry. If somebody robs you today in the street, is it your fault? Because you was going to the Pathmark, to the grocery store, to the ShopRite to get groceries for the kids. Are you at fault because somebody pulled up with a gun and took your pocketbook? That is not your fault. You can't carry that burden. That's what happened to you when you were 6 years old. You had no control over that. None. You see what I'm saying? So my point is, let it go. You got to put that to rest. You got to dead it today. Take only with you what you've learned from it and what you could teach somebody else. Preach it to your grandchildren, because I know your children are grown now, but preach it to them and let them know, no, you do not. Listen, being respectful doesn't mean you have to go sit on Uncle Wallace's lap. No, you don't. My daughter doesn't sit there. My granddaughter doesn't sit. She sits over here and she'll say hi to you, Uncle Wallace. Sit your little nasty self over there by yourself. Okay? So I say all of that to say, it's not your fault. Nope, my mom wouldn't. Now, my dad was a different story. Like, my mom, and I guess in her heart knew, but she, because I've never seen her make a difference with our dad, because our dad just wasn't like that. He wasn't, like, my dad wasn't a touchy-feely. Like, if anything, he would give you a hug or something if you were crying or something like that. But other than that, my dad just wasn't. He was very careful. He didn't spank us, because he would always say, if we did something to my dad, my father would call my mother and say, come whip her, because she said such and such, and I don't know where to hit her at. She's a girl. But he would beat my brothers, but he wouldn't beat us. He would get my mother to hit us with a switch or something. But he would not put his hands on us. He would not hit us because he was scared he would hurt us. He didn't know what part of the body not to hit, So he was so funny with that. But yeah, you just don't know. Yep, it happens. And that happens, I promise you. That's why my mother would never let us go near nobody. My mother wouldn't leave a room. If somebody was visiting a man and the kids were there, she would say, hey, come downstairs with me. Yeah, she did not do it. She wouldn't let. So we say something must have happened. Yep. That's crazy. I'm telling you, Mark, that's crazy, Margaret. Wow. Yeah, stuff could happen. And you know what? Somebody probably touched her because she wouldn't have known about it. That's what happened. That's what it's about. And it's not your fault. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, she needed help, but she couldn't tell. Yep, that's what it is. You got that right. You got that right, Kels. Yes. You say he never got back on that bus, huh? We don't know what happened to him. Something happened to him. You tell them elders from the church. Yeah, he disappeared. He never come back to that bus. Never came back to town, huh? It is. And especially back in the day. And my mother was she was on us like it. Well, we never were allowed to spend the night nowhere. We could never do any of that. And that's how I was with my daughter. My daughter used to always say, you never let us spend the night. No, will not. You stay home. I don't know who got up, big brother. Sorry. Or their dad is crazy. Wow. That is crazy. Wow. That is crazy. It happens. And Mildred, you got a lot of us in age, so it probably happened more often when you were younger. Yes. Yeah, child. Margaret, let me tell you something. I know where you're from, girl. up our way. Yeah. It's more than likely that's what happened. Yeah, definitely. But it's not your fault. That's the thing. That's the first thing. Stop carrying somebody else's blame. We as women have carried everybody else's blame but our own. We don't even have a chance to deal with our own blame because we didn't have a chance because we had to deal with everybody else's faults and wrongs and wrongdoings because it was done on us. You are just you were a victim of it all. You had nothing. You never stood in line and said, hey, come get me. You know what I mean? And also, there are young girls who had learned to adapt. If they don't see a way out, they just think, I better go along with this because that's the only way we're going to be able to make it. And so they do that, and then that's the guilt they carry. They carry the guilt that they went along with it because if they didn't please mom's husband, new husband, then we was going to be homeless on the street. So they carry that guilt. At 7, 8, 9 years old, they carry the guilt that they had to take care of the whole family by doing sexual acts. Girl, when I tell you it has messed up a lot of women in this world, then you wonder why these people have turned to crack and all that when that came out, because it eases the pain for them. It's crazy. Yup, no way. Don't, you better get it. My mother was like, absolutely not. It's a lot of them, child, a lot of them. Yes. Yes, indeed. Exactly. Exactly. It did. And I'm telling you, it's so freeing once you let go of everybody else's mess. It's so freeing in your life. It opens up. You find yourself with so much more time. Your memories get a chance to start flooding your brain, like your good memories. Get a chance to start coming back. Because you filed all the good memories away because you feel so bad about yourself. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yes, indeedy. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, my dad would have been like, have you lost your mind? My dad was a man of very few words, but you ain't played with his daughters. No, he didn't play that. He was a man of very few words. He would just walk up to you and take care of business. I think maybe that's why I never went through the physical and all of that stuff in relationships because everybody, like my dad made himself known. You know what I mean? He really did. Now that I think about it, everybody would always be like, my dad always needed to be up in the mix. Yeah, no, we were never allowed to go anywhere. We wouldn't, and my mother, because we had two older brothers, my mother wouldn't let nobody come over. You know, she was like raging hormones. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy, man. Yes, indeed. Yup. No way. My mom was like, absolutely, you can go outside and play. Don't you go in nobody's house. And you come here when I tell you to come here. And I better see you when I look outside. Yes, indeed. Oh, wow. Do you, Deborah? Yeah, I have two sisters and two brothers. Well, one of my brothers passed away now. Oh, well, she was safe then. Seven brothers, they ain't play that, did they? No way. My parents did not play. You didn't spend the night at nobody's house. You better wait till the next day and you'll see your friends outside. Yes, Miss Mildred, she got some experience, y'all. She got us an age, but let me tell you. She's right here with us in spirit age, though. Mildred, what are you, like 77 now, right? And she still get around good, y'all. She's a sweetheart. Yes, indeed. My mother, if she looked outside and didn't see us, she was coming walking looking for us. Miss Sparkle, all I can do is say it, and I've said it in this, actually in here, is that, let me tell you, I went to therapy after my son was murdered and I had my injury. I had to go to therapy because I had a lot of hate. Again, somebody killed my son and I carried that weight for the longest time. And it made me evil. It made me angry. It made me nasty. I just was rude to anything and anybody. So I went to therapy, and I can suggest, and just like I did when I was talking with Lavender, I can suggest that somebody goes, but until they're ready to go, they won't go. Nobody won't go. It took me a long time, but I'll tell you one thing, I don't regret it. It's the best thing I could have did because it took me on my journey to getting over everything. And now I don't carry none of that burden. Somebody killed my son, and I carried the burden as if I killed him. That's foolish. So I say nobody's going to be ready. You're not going to be ready to go to any kind of therapy or seek help. Or I say the first thing, pray and find the way that's right for you. Spiritually, you'll know what's right for you. You know what I mean? But I agree that therapy is one of the best ways to at least start getting all those crazy thoughts that's going on in your mind, actually building up. You know what therapy to me does? It builds a file cabinet and lets you file these things away. Even if you're not ready to let go of them right away, the first couple sessions of therapy, after you open up, the first couple sessions, you're probably going to be like, yes, no, because you don't want to be there. After you open up to your therapist, it's going to be like you're starting to build a file cabinet. And now you start to put the importance of different things in certain, and then eventually you start going through each and every file with the therapist. It took me 18 months to get through my whole file cabinet after it was built. And guess what? I don't have one more piece of file. I don't have one paper left in that file cabinet. I closed it down and threw it away after therapy. I don't carry none of that no more. All gone. Yep. But what I liked about the therapist I had is that she helped me to build a file cabinet and take each, as if, each subject matter and put it in terms of importance here and not so important down here. By the time I finished with her, everything had been pitched out. I don't have no file cabinet on that mess anymore. Nobody else. All my file cabinets in my head is about me. Now, that's what it is. You see? So I suggest it. I do. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse with it, but I did mention it. I don't know if you were just popping on, but I did mention it because, no, he was stabbed in his heart. Yeah, he was. I did a video about it one day when I don't feel strong enough today to go into it because I'll be in here a fool, y'all, because I miss him so much. But I did a video about how he was, that he was killed and how it affected me. And how I had to, going through therapy actually helped me realize that his life wasn't mine. And that because he had been murdered didn't mean mine needed to stop or couldn't stop. I still had work to do. You know what I'm saying? So with me, like I said, her building that file cabinet in my mind, putting the important things up top for us to deal with first so I could actually soften my heart and then go down and deal with the little stupid things that you would be surprised how many stupid things that are going on in your mind that's affecting your life that has nothing to do with you. I swear, you would be surprised. They tried to put me on some medicine too. I just didn't take it. I went, took the prescription, was like, okay, every time I go back, how you feeling? Great. And I did the therapy. Every time I had to go back to the psychiatrist, I would just totally, I feel fine. Then I would go back and I had a different therapist. And she knew I wasn't on the medication. She just said, we're going to take this time and we're going to clear it up. once and for all. We're going to see what's important and what needs to be there. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeed. You got that right. But you know what? Back in those days, Joan, that's what they believed. He really probably believed that. You know it's different. That's not, but here's the thing. Again, that's not your burden to carry. It happened and it's over with and you survived it. So you surviving it only tells you one thing. You got a story to tell. You got somebody you need to help. People, multiple people you need to help in life. Through a certain situation, you have a story to tell. Whether you use that story or something else, you got a story to tell because you survived. Yeah, so I just say, start off where you have to. Therapy is always a good way. It is always a good way. You got to go in with the right attitude, like, I'm willing to let this person help me. That's all you need to do. Go in with that. I am willing to let this stranger help me. And if you could go on with that and go on with an open mind and just be willing to you'll see. Start building that file cabinet and then you'll start. And then eventually you see it start to crash down. And the papers get less and less and less. And the files go down. And the files go down. And finally one day you're like, why am I even here? I'm child bye. You know what I mean? In 18 months. 18 months. The minor thing that was bothering me was my relationship with my ex, the one that I was supposed to be coming here with. And he said, my therapist, I was like, well, he's saying this about me. He's saying that. He's saying that I make him get on his nerves. He's saying this. And I would let him say this to me, y'all. I swear. That's how crazy my mind was. And she was like, for the last couple of weeks I've been hearing you talk about all this stuff that he says. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe he might have some type of mental problem? Maybe it's him. Maybe he's schizophrenic. Maybe he has some type of mild mental issue. And it's not you. She said, because I've been talking to you for 18 months. And all that he's saying, I've never seen any of it. And if nobody else is saying it, maybe it's him. And that's when I was like, ding dong, he's a maniac. He's a nut. That's why his name is what it is in my phone. You know what I'm talking about, Mai. Hey, Sherry, you gotta go now. Thank you so much for joining us, Sherry. Oh, here's Sherry. Sherry, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you, friend. Okay. I know we've been on here for a minute, Sherry. I'm sorry it took so long, but I'm glad you popped in with us. Yes, indeed. That's what it is, Janetta. You got it right. When you walk into a space, that's when you're supposed to say, hi, Mrs. Such and Such, hi, such and such, hi, such and such. And everybody else don't have to speak to you because you walk in. Like, what is wrong with that? Child, I don't know what happened to those days. When you walk in, even if you don't speak to each person individually, you say hello to the group. Hey, guys, how's everybody? You know what I mean? My mother would be like, girl, have you lost your ever-loving mind? Thank you, Lori's mom. Lori, what is your name? Lori's mom, what is your name, Mom? I'm going to start calling you Mom. Thank you, Nana. Thank you so much. This was supposed to be a Q&A, and we turned it into God only knows what. Lavender, are you still on, friend? I done went bananas and didn't even see. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Y'all, listen. Cape Verdine. What's that mean? Oh. So you're talking to somebody else. I was like, am I? Yes, indeed, Tam. Yeah, you're right. I believe that. Lisbon, okay. Sandra and Joan is having a conversation. That has nothing to do with me. Girl, you better get them cry. Let it all. Hey, you know what? That's cleansing. You're cleansing. Let it out, girl. Let it out for the rest of the night. And if you need to talk to me tomorrow, call me, Lavender, on Messenger. Call me. Y'all, this idiot is on here talking about, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I need help. He's just trying to get me to call him. That's all. Outrageous. Girl, get it out tonight. It sure was. It sure was. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I'm going to get off here and see what this fool is talking about. But I will chit-chat with you guys tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow with a haul. I got a haul, a thrift haul tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. This question, we're going to have to do I can't do a question and answer live because then it turns into this, y'all. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate you, friend. I do. I appreciate all of you guys. Y'all, I appreciate y'all. All right, you know what I got to do. I got to hang up the YouTube tab. Everybody on here. Lavender, get your cry out tonight, friend. And like I said, if you need to talk, call me on Messenger tomorrow afternoonish because I got something to do in the morning, and then we can chit-chat for a minute. Okay, get it out, Lavender. Don't be hiding it. Let it out because that's cleansing. You heard what you heard. You got to process it tonight. If you need to cry, cry all night. Go in the bathroom, take a walk, get it out. You're doing good, friend. You're on the right track. Hopefully, we could get you to, purge this mess out of you. And you could be you. Because you got a lot of changes going on with you lately. So I see something going on with you. You're doing good, girl. You're going to be fine. We all love you, Lavender. You got a whole group here of friends we've connected in more ways than you could possibly think. And we all care about each other. And I love this group for that. I do. Yes, indeed. You got that right, Mildred. All right, y'all. I'm hanging up on y'all. I'm going to call y'all back. I will be back on live this week. We'll come back on live. We're going to come back on live this week. I don't know when. Tomorrow I'm going to do a haul, and then we'll come up with a time. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday. Just so we can touch base back about this and catch back up with everybody. And then Saturday back to jewelry. But tomorrow I got a haul, and we'll talk about it then. We'll talk about it in the comments on when we want to do the live. All right, y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later. I'll call y'all back one day this week. All right. I'll talk to y'all later.